Welcome back. Today we're doing another episode of What Should I Get Pierced? If you don't know, this is a show where I take pictures that you guys have sent in and I look at your ears and your face and tell you what I think would look good pierced on you guys. Now, do me a favor, right away, give me a like and subscribe so we don't forget to do that. And let's get started. First person is Isaac. Now, Isaac, awesome, man. Awesome. I look at that mustache and there's a little spot right there. I think a nice philtrum would look amazing on him. And I don't know why, I definitely see eyebrows. Eyebrows are making a comeback. It's up to him whether he'd want some nostril or something like that, but I mainly see like a philtrum or possibly a lip piercing. There's lots of cool options here. But let's move on to his ears because I took a sneak peek and he already has one really cool ear. Now, the first ear we're looking at is fully decorated here. Not fully decorated. I'd say 2/3 decorated. Now, if I were to do anything, I might want to add a conch piercing or some sort of a lower helix piercing. See how that just, it pulls everything together? And if you really wanted to go a little bit more, maybe one more forward helix down there. Lots of cool options. Now, with this ear pretty much decorated, just one or two more to tie it all in. Let's go back to this other ear. Now, this ear, completely naked. Now, to balance it out, I automatically would say let's go with the doth piercing, because with the doth piercing, you can put in a fancy clicker, and that already takes up a lot of space. Also, I could see a couple normal helixes up here just to kind of balance things out. It's up to him if you wanted to try another industrial, but there's a lot of curves and bends, so it might be kind of tough to fit something different in there. So I'd probably stick with maybe 2 helix piercings and a doth. Awesome. Thanks for sending that in, Isaac. The next person we have is Ximena. Now, she is very symmetrical. That gives us a lot of cool options. Like, of course, we could do snake bites, philtrum, anything balanced here. That works really, really easy, but I definitely see snake bites on Ximena. And also a philtrum. So it kind of creates that little triangle right there. That would look really, really awesome. And of course, we could always do a dermal. Those higher cheekbones like that, I can see a dermal anchor up on one side. I think that would look really, really cool too. And with the dermal, it gives you all the different options for all the different types of gems or shapes you'd want on there. Now, let's take a look at her ears. Oh, that's right. She also wears glasses. So now with that, good thing we didn't say the nostril piercing, because as you can see where the glasses rest right on the nostril, that would have gotten in the way. So the only real good option would possibly be a septum piercing if she wanted to do any sort of nose piercing. But also you can see that the type of glasses she has, if she got that dermal anchor, it would still show very, very well. So that's still a really, really cool option. Now, on to the ears. First ear we're looking at already has an industrial with a fancy little twist ring loop-de-loo through the middle. Yeah, I said it, loop-de-loo. And what we would do to finish this ear, I see the tragus protrudes and sticks out, which screams to have a nice big colorful gem in there. And also a conch piercing. You can get that conch close to the edge so you'd be able to put a hoop in there once it healed up, or you could always do a little cluster. And let's take a look at her other ear. The other ear, other than an earlobe, is naked. Awesome. Starting fresh. Now, even the angle she's showing me here, you can kind of see it. You can see an industrial that's going to be a tragus to conch industrial. You can see how it would go straight into the tragus, so it would look like a normal tragus piercing, but you're going to see the bar go right to the conch back there. It's a little bit rougher of a heel, but if you're looking for something unique and different, I think that would work really, really well for her. And also looking at the top of her ear, that whole flat, that whole area, it allows you to put a larger gem. You generally don't want to wear a ring or anything like that in here, but a gem, a cluster, there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with that. Thank you for sending your pictures. I appreciate it. Let's move on to the next person. Now, the next person, Caden. Caden, as soon as I see this picture, I want to pierce your septum. I don't know why, but it seems like you should have a septum piercing. And then also a simple labret. Just a ball, simple labret, septum piercing, classic look. Now, with the way your eyebrows, a horizontal eyebrow, possibly symmetry, one on each side. That would look really, really cool. All right, Caden, let's look at your ears next. Now, with these ears, immediately the conch should be pierced. Now, just for reference, so people see there really isn't much of an anti-tragus here whatsoever, so that allows for a larger cluster inside the conch, which is an option that not a lot of people have. And if you didn't want to do the conch, of course, a doth piercing would look really, really cool too. And maybe possibly a couple helix piercings. Good ears for this. That should fancy up the ear real nicely. So the next person on the list, I believe I'm saying this right, is Rayla. Immediately again go right to the septum piercing, just because the shape of her lips and the shape of her nose, a nice beautiful clicker there would look amazing. If she had the anatomy for it, I would like to do the bridge. From the picture, it looks like she would have a nice ridge there and she'd be able to pull off a bridge really, really well. And maybe spider bites. I could see, like, the way her hair and the way everything's nice in symmetry right now, I could see spider bites just off to the one side, maybe off to her left side. And let's take a look at her ears. Already has stretched ears. Looks like there's some bling in there. That's pretty cool. And I don't really know the size they are. If I had to guess, I would say maybe 5/8 or 3/4. Probably 5/8. But anyways, immediately that doth is pronounced and wants to be pierced. Definitely do a doth piercing. And of course, a flat piercing as well. When you're looking at her flat, you could do shapes in there. You could do like a little triangle shape right in the flats there. None of those would be able to wear the rings, but of course it gives you a lot of options for the different gems and combinations of that. And of course, if you did the conch, I don't know if I would see necessarily a large cluster in there because I like the doth in there, but if you did a ring in there once it healed up, I think that would look real cool. Possibly even two. That is it for today. Thank you everyone for sending in your pictures. I love going over these and suggesting just different ideas for you. And for the people who've been coming in and letting me pierce them actually in person, I love that too. So thank you everyone. I appreciate everything you guys do. And do me a huge favor. We're trying to grow this channel. Give me a like, make sure to subscribe, and share this video so other people can experience the same things that you are. The more we learn, the more we grow. And if you want to be featured in one of my upcoming videos, send me a couple pictures. You know, the straight on shot and the side, just like a mug shot, and send it to PiercingWithScott@gmail.com. Make sure to mention your name and where you're from. I always love seeing where everyone's from. So, as always, keep what holds your body. We'll see y'all in the next video.